What's up, everybody? Welcome to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is what's it? Wait a minute. Today ain't that day, is it? It's the day Women Rock Wednesday. My favorite day of the week. I'm trying to find my and make sure. Hold up. It's Women Rock Wednesday. I'm just trying to find. Hold up. Trying to find my post. Well, come on, Facebook. Don't do me like that. Let's see. Let me go. Let me see. Yeah, it's live. Okay, there it is. It's live. And I'm just trying to find it so I can share it. And so they doing something to me. But what's up, everybody? It's great day. I can't wait to share with y'all. Miss you yesterday. I told you what was going to happen yesterday. Uh, that, I was traveling yesterday and couldn't get to you. But guess what? I'm there. I'm here now, and I'm trying to find my post so I can share it. I'm trying to find it so I can share it. It hadn't popped up on my screen yet, and I'm trying to find it. Just give me a chance. Shout out to the people who on the feed already. Uh, Somebody just sent me something. I don't want to see that yet. Hey, y'all gotta hold up. Y'all gotta hold up. I'm trying to find. You know how they send me my post so I can share it personally. Let me keep playing around with it. Maybe it'll pop up. Wow. You know what? Ain't gonna worry about it. I'm serious. I'm not going. Y'all know how I feel about Facebook anyway. So let me go over to YouTube and let me share it over there. Let's see. Yeah, let's go to YouTube. Just give me a second. It's Women Rock Wednesday. Give me a second. Y'all gonna take your time. Anyway about coming on. I know y'all yesterday. Wait a minute. What did y'all do yesterday? Let me share. What did y'all do yesterday? Y'all didn't have the chop shop. So what did y'all do? Tell me. Talk to me. I don't mind. I don't mind if you just said you had a needed a rare. I don't mind. I ain't mad at you. I just want to know what y'all did for yesterday. Let me see. I think I shared it. I shared it. Yeah, I think I shared it. Hold on. Let me see. I think I shared it. Let's try. Okay. Yeah, they did share it. Okay, I got you. But let me see. Still trying to share the show. What's up, Barry? Barry, I'm just trying to get my bearings, man. Had a great traveling experience with the team this weekend. What y'all do yesterday? What y'all do yesterday when the show went on? I'm curious. Talk to me. Somebody put something on the board and said, Robert, tell me what y'all did. Y'all miss me? Did you, what Barnell Hill said? Did you miss me? Hey, Lady Baron, what happened yesterday? Shout out. I got my girl Belinda on the show. I got my girl Lady Baron on the show. I'm good. So what did y'all do? He said, I walked around a circle for 2 hours yesterday. I took my beautiful wife to lunch. Oh my God. Your wife, boy, you trying to, maybe boy, I like the way you doing that. I like the way you doing that, Rod Wells. Rod Wells, you and your wife. I mean, you supposed to, man. I like that. I like that. I'm still trying to find my post on Facebook, and it just, I want to find my post so I can share it. But if I don't time it the right way, I figured something out. But I figured it out the last time. Y'all just got to hold up. I figured it out the last time. Let me see how I figured it out the last time. Um, I figured this thing out the last time. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. What's this button right here? Oh, I turned it right side up. Nope, I don't want to do that. I did it, y'all. I don't know what I did to share it. I didn't know how I shared it last time when it's in this format. Oh, here it is. I got it. I got it. I got it. I know it. I knew 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 it. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I got y'all. I got y'all. Let's see. I'm gonna share with my groups. Okay. You know, I need to quit panicking, man, because I really got this stuff kind of under control. I kind of got it under control. I just forget sometimes. That's all. But what's up, everybody? How y'all doing on Women Rock Wednesday? I got my women in there. I got what y'all do. What y'all do yesterday, Ricky Scott? What did you do yesterday? The show wasn't aired yesterday. I was traveling yesterday, and y'all had a unique weekend. And I got some videos, I got some pictures, but I didn't post them. It was hard for me to post. I don't know why it's hard for me to post. But I just like to share with y'all here, you know, because I don't know a lot of them people that when you post and they see your stuff. But I know got family with y'all, so I don't mind posting stuff. But I just didn't download nothing for you, so you can see it. But I might sneak some stuff on the screen. Who's in? First of all, we the men, the women, they were at Bethune-Cookman in the beginning. The women, TSU women basketball. I didn't go to that trip. I don't go on the women's Thursday games. I don't call the Thursday game. I just call the Saturday games of the women, but both of the men's games. So Saturday, the doubleheader, and on Monday nights with the men. But that's gonna change soon because something's gonna happen. But let me look for my girls right quick and just give y'all a little bit. They played against Bethune-Cookman and they lost that game 64 to 64 to 69. Close game. They could have won it. Then they got beat by Florida A&M. That little girl Pure for it. Just, oh my God. I got tired of calling her name. They beat our ladies 73 to 86. But those guys, those men, let me tell y'all something. Ladies and gentlemen, mark this down. Um, February the 16th. Now, some people called me and told me they tried to get tickets in advance and they couldn't. We just got to be patient. I'll give you the tickets for 16th of February. I'm gonna have a link for you. They said they're gonna give me the link. So just plan on 16th of February being at TSU, because that's gonna be the Chop Shop meet and greet on the 16th of February. So that's soon. I think, what is that, Monday? That's Monday. Southern University gonna be in town to play I guess that's just the men's game on the 16th, right? That's just the men's game. It won't be a woman's game that night. And ladies and gentlemen, I found out. Try to go to the women games on Thursday. They free. They complimentary. The women games on Thursday night, the one I don't call, those the games that they free. You get in free on Thursday. But on Saturday, when the doubleheader, it's a price. But I don't think I never shared that with y'all. The women's games on Thursday night is complimentary. But those men, we went down to Florida and took care of business with we first played A&M, and that Bethune-Cookman game. Go make sure you be at this game. The TSU, they're gonna play this weekend too. They're gonna play this weekend. Wait. Oh, who we play this week? Who we play this week? Hold on. Let me get my schedule right. Let me get my schedule right. I like to be right. That ain't what I'm looking for. Hold up, TSU. Let me get it right. Because on the 16th, it's gonna be on. It's gonna be on and popping. Hold on. Let me make sure I got this thing right. I don't want. Okay. The date is what? The date? What's today's date? It's the February 11th. So hold on. The men. Wait a minute, y'all. This Monday. This up and coming Monday. Now the men play Grambling on Saturday. That's not the TSU night, but on Monday, February the 16th and on March the 5th, we play against Prairie View. I think that's a Saturday. Those are the two Chop Shop meet and greet, the Chop Shop nights and the Chop Shop night. So make sure that Monday, Chop Shop night, this Monday, coming up. You know, yesterday, the day is Wednesday, this coming Monday. I told y'all a month ago. So I got the grandkids. Bring the grandkids with them. Bring the grandkids with them. I'm just trying to get it right. Southern University on Monday, but we play Grambling on Saturday. The men and the women play Grambling on Saturday. So, but the Chop Shop night is on that Monday. All right, everybody got it. Everybody got it. No excuses. Everybody got it. Make sure. So now I can get into this. I can get into what I want to talk about today. But I got a question. What did y'all do? King Sticks, what did you do yesterday? I was flying in the airport. We was flying around yesterday. So I got back late. But unique trip, man. Ladies and gentlemen, a kid named Jordan Garecki on our team just had a slow start, but he's playing better now. That's why I tell y'all, give these players time. Give basketball players time. Don't be in a rush to call them this and call them this and he ain't this. Give them time. And it just take time. Basketball, y'all, I know a lot of y'all being a fan, y'all want stuff just like that. Give them time. He said, how did it go yesterday, Hatter, the game? The game yesterday, it wasn't yesterday. We traveled yesterday, Monday night. It was one of the greatest defensive performances I've ever seen by a TSU basketball team. Ever, ever, ever. If y'all was listening to the broadcast, I was excited. I mean, we was on the road. Bethune-Cookman was 9-1. Arterio Morris on the team. Doc Bradley was hurt. The Headley twin. They got two Headley. No, they ain't the twins. The two Headley brothers. They got a good team. Reggie Theers is coaching that team. We had them dudes beat. And y'all know I always, well, you got to finish the game. Y'all, I'm still trying to go back over the video of how we lost that game. I'm still trying to go out and I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to go and I still don't understand. I still don't understand. We had them about 15. We had them about 10. We've had about 10 with 10 left. We just didn't manage the game. Young point guards, we got to be able to manage the basketball game. Young people in high school, you got to be, when you got a lead, you can't go, listen. The worst thing you can do is shoot bad shots when you up. Go through your offense, run time off the clock, because the clock is your ally. So keep ticking clocks. Don't come down there pulling it and get the ripping and running. Pull that thing out. Because they're desperate. They got to come out and get you. But sometimes we just don't do it. And I'm talking to my future generation. My young guys, the point guard, always telling me you want to be this, you want to be this. Learn how to manage the basketball game, young people. And point guard, and I put it on you so vividly because you have to know how to manage the game. If you go shoot a bad shot, that means Belinda gonna want to shoot a bad shot. That means Paul Miranda gonna want to shoot a bad shot. That means King Six gonna want to shoot a bad. But point guard, you got to say, hold up, player. You can't, cause y'all we're human. These players are human. You're human. You follow me? So they make mistakes, but the point guard, y'all, you notice I don't talk about nobody else on the team, but the point guard. Because he is the steering wheel. You can have a Ferrari, a powerful car, and you take that steering wheel off, you ain't going nowhere. Are you going somewhere fast? In a hurry and don't know where the hell you're going. The point guard got to say, okay, let me keep this car on the road. Because I can't pass it to him right now because he finna jack that thing. I can't pass it to him right here. He got to. I got to get us a good shot. I got to put us in an advantage. I got to put us in a 2-on-1. I got to do. That's how he got to constantly think the game the whole single time down. And I don't know. And I know, and it's evident these kids don't understand that part of the game. But a lot of kids don't. A lot of kids don't. But we got to get better at it. But you remember, King Sticks, I told you to quit running your mouth in the beginning of the season. I wouldn't want to play against Texas Southern the rest of the season. You know why? I saw the players talking. See, a coach can coach you all day. But when the players get to talking and coaching each other and holding each other accountable, y'all, I saw something this weekend that I haven't seen. Even after the loss, they got together and said, I'm over, I'm ear hustling. And they saying, look, I finally understand what we need to do to win. Y'all, if y'all can get Swag TV, because I tried to go back and get it. They wouldn't have their women's game though. Go get the Bethune-Cookman game. The defense, it was 31-31 at the half. Big Coach, I never seen Big Coach. I so thoroughly listen. If them people had charged me to get in that game the other night, I would have paid it. I've seen that's one of the most well played basketball games up until the last few minutes. In overtime was horrible by us. We did, and you know what? I just got to go back and see. We don't play that many overtime games, but this particular overtime game, we did not play well. We missed our first 2 layups, y'all. When you in overtime and your first two buckets, you get to the basket and you got wide open layups and you miss them, and then they go hit them 2 wide open. They hit their layups. That's the game right there. It's overtime. That's a 4-point spread. So then the 4 becomes 6. Then the 6 becomes late. We got to make the layups. See, if your players aren't taking over the huddles in February, your coaches out there, your team is not where it need to be. A coach should barely speak in February. They should just be managing their teams. They shouldn't even practice more than 90 minutes in February. Your players got to lead from here to the end of the season. Starting the day, practicing day. They got to. So I just said something I just wanted to give because I don't know if these kids get it early. You can't give it to them. Yeah, sometimes when they're in college, they don't know. It's hard to put it in because they've been doing the wrong thing. It's like they've been going 100 miles an hour this way, right? And for you to get them to go back your way, first of all, you got to slow this thing down first. You got to slow it down. And then slow it all the way down to 0 and then get it to going back the other way. But this time of month, man, the players got to run. The players got to run your team. Okay, everybody got that? All right, just in case, tell your coaching friends that. If they players or not, if you still got to do all this over, then the player, coach, you're gonna get your head tore off. Because this is the dog days of February, and March is right around the corner. So we got to be ready for March. So let me get back. What else happened? What did y'all? And shout out to somebody was mentioning about Carolyn Peck and Don Staley. Don Staley is the only Black coach to win multiple NCAA championships. And Carolyn Peck also won a NCAA championship. So I was just talking about the men the other day, but somebody called me and said, Rob, you got to give a shout out to the women too. What's good for the goose, good for the gander. I said, all right, say no more. Y'all know, well, y'all, if y'all just, all you got to do is just correct me. I'm good. And what else happened? Let me see. I make sure I got. You know what I was thinking about? I was just thinking about, you know, talking to somebody over the weekend, and it was, innocent conversation. I asked him, "How did you know? How do you know somebody?" And they said, "Man, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this." He was just telling me the things that they did. He didn't really tell me what kind of guy he was. I mean, he just, I'm just listening. Y'all know how I am. I'm a critical thinker. And what I've learned, do people treat you? Now I ain't got to ask you that question. People treat you how they feel about the person who introduced you to them. If a bum ass dude introduce you to somebody, how does that person look at you? Or the person you associate with? See, what I try to do is just put myself in a position. If I go introduce Reginald Simpson to somebody, it's because of the respect these people have for me. They're gonna treat Rabbit with the same respect. Now, if Rabbit go over there and mess up the respect on his own, that's on Rabbit. I'm just thinking about that because I had it, this guy who's he leaves a lot to be desired. He introduced me to somebody. And I ain't gonna lie, I don't trust the person that he introduced me because of the person are y'all following me? And I just had that dilemma. I don't know if anybody else. Sometimes I just share stuff with y'all because I be want to talk myself off a ledge because it's different. I just thought about it. That's just something I thought about this weekend. He said, Hatter, we lost a brother this week in DFW. Arlington Bowie head coach, Alan Gratz, Gratts. Oh, man. I go out to Coach Alan Gratz and his family. I don't know him, but my heart go out for him and his family. Matter of fact, Arlington Boy, I'm not too familiar with it at all. Reggie Simpson, Paul Miranda, I'm not the, you know, I'm not the basketball guru, a high school basketball guru. If you was talking about a college team or a pro team, I probably would, but I don't know him, don't know his family, but shout out to him. Not shout out to, my heart goes out to him and his family. Um, Man, yeah, I don't know him. Rest in peace, Alan Gratz, beloved coach and mentor whose impact will live on and far beyond. Young cat, man. He's born in 67. Wow. Hmm. It's getting me. It's getting to me. Y'all, I'm still thinking about Bill Courtney. I haven't, y'all, I didn't realize I was gonna be this impacted. What's up, that is movie about Bill Courtney's passing away. Paul Miranda, Bill Courtney was my son's college coach. Came 1,700 miles, came down here 6 times. to see my son play and meet with the family. And I'll never forget, he didn't have to do that. He came 1,600 miles away from New York. He passed all these cities to come to Houston to get a little 165-pound uh, kid that wear goggles. I never forget it. I never forget it. Uh, Mr. Gratz, Coach Gratz, he probably impacted people that same way. But Bill Courtney, over the weekend, he had his funeral, and it's just amazing. He said, "You would have liked this guy." He advised his star players to go play in prep school circuits. The kid that ended up being #1 draft pick in the NBA. Who was the kid that ended up being the #1 draft pick in the NBA? Paul Morana. I don't know what kid you're talking about. Give us some context. Um, give us some context so we can know what you're talking about. Paul Morana. Let me make sure. Oops, I didn't. I'm sorry. I didn't do everything that I need. I didn't prepare for the show better. I should have prepared for the show a little bit better, and I didn't. Let me fix that backdrop, but I really don't want to fix that backdrop um, because okay. So I can put Paul Miranda's comment up there. Oh, Kate Cunningham. Okay, okay, okay. Kate Cunningham. Okay. I didn't know. I didn't remember the school Kate Cunningham went to. Uh, Thank you, Paul. Uh, you said he said you would like this guy. He advised the player to go play in the prep school circuit. That kid he ended up being. But I I think Kate Cunningham uh, would have been. I'm sorry, Paul. Would have been on the pro. Would have been a pro, a #1 pick if he was playing in the anywhere. That's just my opinion, Paul. I think maybe you know more. You know some that I don't know, but I think Cade Cunningham would have been a #1 pick if he'd have stayed at Bowie. Uh, I mean, he was that good. He was that good. But wow, that's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. So most coaches don't even dream of telling their kid like that to leave, but he did what's best for him. Um, yeah, I guess. I mean, so you saying, Paul, the reason because you say you're trying to. I don't know what you're trying to get at, but I'm gonna let you do it. You saying most coaches don't even dream of telling a kid like that to leave, but he did what's best for him. Was it best for him to leave? So you telling me if Cade Cunningham, had a stayed at Arlington Bowie, he wouldn't have been the #1 pick? Is that what you're saying? I'm just trying to figure it out. Because that don't work out for everybody now. If you're good, you're good. I don't necessarily think you have to go to a prep school to be the #1 pick or to be a great player. I think Cade Cunningham, when I saw Cade Cunningham play, I walked in the gym on the EYBL. I said, "Oh my goodness." I didn't even need to know what school he went to. I didn't need to, I'm just talking about me. I didn't need to know, he didn't need to go to Mount Bird, Mount Curd, nowhere else. I knew he was special the first time I saw him. So I'm just trying to figure, in your opinion, so you feel, and that's a good conversation. I'm glad you brought it up. I don't feel that a player needs to go to a prep school to become great. Because the prep school wouldn't want your ass if you weren't great. Prep school ain't calling for little Johnny to come up there. The prep school ain't calling for the kid that can't play that good come up there. The kid know, Montgomery knew they had one of the baddest players in the country. At the time, he had a lot to work on. What did he have to work on? I saw it. So you're saying the cat he happened? What did he have to work on, Paul? I'm lacking this, Paul. I mean, come on. What did he have to work on at the time? I saw him. So you telling me the prep school then transferred him into Cade Cunningham he is now? I find that hard to believe. And I'm not going to buy into that theory, no matter who tells me, even you, Paul Miranda. I'm not buying into that theory. At the time, he had a lot to work on. At the time, every player had a lot to work on. The academy ended up helping him because it was just beginning to play him at the point guard spot. I don't understand. I still don't understand what you're saying. He was a sophomore when he transferred. The point guard spot was very new. They ain't taught him how to play point guard. So you can go teach some point guards are born, man. Paul, they're not made. Let me repeat that. Point guards are born, they not made. You don't make point guards. Point guards gonna have characteristics in them. But I'm talking about. You know, and I don't like when people say it. Y'all can say it, but I don't agree with it. I just don't agree with it. But people will question people. People gonna question everything that any top player do. They questioning this badass dude at Kansas right now, and I'm questioning him a little bit too. And we're gonna talk about that. Darren Peterson, they questioning him right now. Every time you're a top player, Paul, you're gonna be questioned. You're gonna be questioned. You was here and you remember. I don't care what people were saying about him. I don't feel him going to. I saw him as a young player. I knew he was going to be. Yeah, excuse me. Mount Verde wouldn't have never got him if he wasn't good. Let me repeat that, Paul, because I don't know if you know this. Mount Verde, if he wasn't as good as I thought he was, Mount Verde wouldn't have asked him to come. Man, point guards are born. They not made. So hold up. So if you don't make nobody into no point guard, Paul, you don't make no. De'Aaron Fox not a point guard. I don't think Cade Cunningham is a point guard. He just happened to initiate the offense sometime. So when y'all call him a PG, I never called him no PG. Y'all call him that. Y'all call him that. He's just a basketball player that knows how to play. Isaiah Thomas said it, don't call me no point guard. I'm a basketball player. Cade Cunningham is just a taller guy who can initiate the offense sometime. And I tell people, you are who you can guard. Is Cade Cunningham guarding everybody's point guard? See, that's why I mean, y'all just got to give. See, you just can't tell me anything. You got to be very, very clear. He talking about those young AAU coaches put guys like that at the 3 or 4. They coach that big. They need them to get a rebound. Hold on. Cade Cunningham, I'm showing. Let me go look. I don't know. See, y'all finna make me. I'm glad you brought this up, Paul. Paul, rebounding is very important. Him learning how to play the 3 and the 4, guess what? That helps him in the NBA now. Because what? He can play with his back to the basket sometimes. You don't do. In the NBA, man, dude, They got so many different and elaborate sets. Jenkins sometimes is the point guard. I mean, they got so many sets, man. He said they spend more time. Dude, point, you're constantly talking about physical skills. Point guard, you're talking to one, it's a mentality. It's a mentality. The point guard is the kid that you see when they at Chick-fil-A and the big somebody else on the team want that last nugget. The point guard is the guy that's gonna give him that last nugget. This dude over here ain't gonna give it to him. This other dude that's a point guard, that's a guard, might not give it to him. The point guard is the guy that want to make sure everybody else is served. That's innate. You can listen to me. You can't skill the work. You can't drill that. You can't go around the cone and get that. Point guard is a mentality. And that's what a lot of people who haven't played the game and don't understand the game, they don't understand what a point guard is. That's all. That's all. I don't care how many 6 hours a day high school. I don't care. You're not making a point guard. Point guard is who they are. That's why it's not that many no more. I mean, if you stop typing and listening, you can hear. But you're busy typing, so I know you ain't listening. He said, I believe some players have to move to reach their individual goals, in your opinion. I mean, you can move, but I just don't agree with the fact that if he don't go to Montverde, he won't be K Cunningham. Got to be at your rabbit head mind. I just don't believe that, and ain't nobody can make me believe it. I mean, I'm sorry. Y'all got to give me something better. Sometimes, hold up. Sometimes it's not good. Guess what? You gonna move in college. You ain't got to move in high school. Y'all, all you people who have this damn opinion right here, y'all trying to move the process up too damn fast. And that's the problem why these guys can't play that damn good no more. I believe some players have to move to reach their individual goals, in my opinion. Yeah, that's your opinion. What's the facts that you have based on your opinion? That's why you got an opinion. What's your facts? Since you believe some player, I believe it's the same players stay in their hometown and stay in their city. They'll be out. You're gonna move when you go to college. Why speed the process up in high school? Why? No, Paul, no. Paul, I'm trying to get an understanding. That's why I keep asking y'all questions. That's why I keep pushing it further. I'm pushing the envelope so cause y'all keep up with this stuff more than I do. I ain't really hung out with a high school player in so damn long. I don't even know what since Money Mike. And he in college right now. I ain't been in no gym with one of them at all. I keep up with a couple of them because I know their dads, but I ain't kept up with them. But I know moving, no, don't speed up the process. If somebody out of town wants you, that means something that you're doing right here, where you learned right here, where you got skill, Ken, right here. This way you got your values right here. This way you got your skills right here. Honing it in this atmosphere. And somebody want to take you to another one because of what you've already done here. That's why them crazy ass NFL players always want to go train somewhere. Them stupid ass basketball players. I want to go train in Phoenix. I want to go train in here. They ain't told you ain't finna learn nothing in 4 months. That your ass ain't learned in 17, 18, 19 years. I don't understand it. Somebody got to make it make sense to me. And that's all I ever ask of anybody. Just make it make sense though, Rob. I ain't mad at nobody. I just make it make sense. You just can't tell me anything. Martin Luther King told me, man, you better be a critical thinker. You better be intelligent and know the questions to ask. That's all. I'm following MLK. He said, like Beckham right now, improving big time, playing against the top players. So you telling me if Beckham had stayed, if his daddy would have stayed, stepdad would have stayed up there in Duncanville, he wouldn't be this good now? That's what you telling me. You constantly making these excuses. These excuses. This ain't information. It was his natural progressions. Beckham got good because the work he been putting in all the time at Duncanville and those other places he was at. He had a big brother that play in the league. He had a stepdaddy to know what the hell they doing. He got a step brother that's got them that went to Duncanville and it's in the NBA and gonna make a whole lot of money. Paul, it don't make sense to what you keep saying. Beckham right now is improving big time. So you telling me he wasn't gonna prove big time at Duncanville? Ron Hollins, did he improve? He in the NBA at Duncanville? He said, only thing Mount Vert helps is politics. Yeah. But you want to be good enough to play for two people. You don't want the politics. All these ignorant ass dudes who over these high school basketball, you don't want to have your faith in those sorry ass, non-playing ass dudes' hands. You don't. You don't want to be able to put you want to play past the politics. All the politics, all the Lala Anthony's and all the Carmelo Anthony's in the world couldn't keep her son off that damn bench the other night. Because Red Archer said, that little motherfucker ain't playing no defense. I'm going to set his little ass down. I'm losing, but I'm not finna let him concentrate. Y'all can find me, but let me play it my way. All the politics, mellow politics, la politics. They got the NBA, they got the media, mellow in the media, and guess what? That ain't kept the son off the damn bench. Paul Moran, I guess you typing now, so let's put it like this. I'm just looking for something that'll make me say, yeah, wow. You have a good team, but you want them to be great. Do you schedule sorry to regular teams or go against the best of all time? Who said who the best of all time? Who said they the best all the time? Because you going against the teams all the time. I guess y'all just can't. Y'all can't. You have a good team, but you want them to be great. Do you schedule sorry or regular teams? No, you just play. You just play. Whoever play in front of you. If you playing sorry teams, you destroy them of them, have 50 or 60 every game on them. Every game. To show your superiority. You got to be the red ant in your headband before you go somewhere else. I just don't believe it. I just don't believe it. I just don't. I just don't. Paul ain't, and you ain't giving me that. That ain't good enough. Ain't good enough to get my son. I can't play my great. I can't make my dream great if we don't play against great teams. We talking about players, man. No, that's not right. Just because you playing against great teams. HBCUs excuse me, let me help you, Paul. HBCUs play against great teams in the beginning of the season and get their mother freaking head tore off every damn time, Paul Miranda. They ain't making them better. They just going to get that money. HBCUs, they schedule all of these great teams that you're talking about. How in the hell does that make them better? Talking about strength of schedule. Paul Miranda, you don't. It ain't no value in this conversation. I told y'all, I only debate my equals. All others I teach. When you get to talking, like you just ain't coming up with nothing new. I mean that you just, and I can't keep going back and forth because you still don't understand. But just thinking about something. What did y'all think about the Pistons and the Hornets fight? Maybe you can shed some lights on that, Paul Miranda, because this here you ain't helped us now. You just ain't helped us. Nothing you done put on this screen has helped. Nothing you done put on this screen. I'm sitting there going through all of your, as nothing you done put on this screen has helped. And I'm not finna debate with you. I only debate with people. I'm not finna debate with you. Nothing. What they call it strength of schedule. Do you get the worst, see your worst flaws against the worst teams? No, sir. Then think about it. What, you ain't saying nothing. Go through your tweets and look at them again. You ain't said nothing to help your opinion about is Kay Cunningham. Because I'm going to get back to, he left Dallas and got better. But my point was, if he wasn't good enough, Mount Verde wouldn't have wanted him anyway. So Mount Verde said, let me take his ass out here and help my situation. I ain't thinking about his situation. Mount Verde didn't bring him in to help Kay Cunningham. If you think that's the truth, something really, really, really wrong with you. They brought him in to help Mount Verde. That's the point I'm making. All right, I'm gone. Y'all, we got Mount Verde. Got all these people, Boozy and all these people. I mean, not Mount Verde. These teams in the summer got all these guys on their team. All these good guys on one team. Mount Verde had Cooper Flag, all these guys on one team. And they playing against other kids. Them other teams ain't got all them guys on the same team. So it's always gonna be uneven in any way you put it. It ain't gonna be it ain't gonna be. I'm trying to tell you, you got to critically think. This not critically thinking. That's all I'm saying, Paul. Somebody just sent me a message. Hold up. Hey, Rob. Dude. Yes. No. Somebody asked me, do college coaches need agents? Do I need an agent? Hell no, you don't need no agent to get no college job if you ain't never had no college job. Yo, listen to me, y'all. Because in case somebody else asks this question, they ask me, do college coaches have agents? Yes, they do. Do I need an agent to get a college coaching job? First of all, you got to get a job being a coach first. If you ain't never been no college, first let's get a job being a coach first. That means you got to get in and meet your coach, and coach believe in you. But you having an agent? If you ain't never had no coaching, no, man, get you a college, get you a job. Find somebody who trusts you enough to let you sit on their bench. You got to do that first. I'll become a high school coach. You got to somewhere. You got to be a coach somewhere. Somebody got to trust you enough All you got to know John Lucas, and they just put you on the college team. You follow me? So that's how that thing works. Yes, do college coaches do have agents? Yes, they do. But the more established coaches, because the agents have, because if you it can't no agent, you have to have leverage. You have to have value. So agent come around talking to, hey coach, I need you to sign. I need to, coach gonna say, what has he done? I don't know him. What is he about? See, sometimes y'all, we got to critically think. And we just don't. And the more I look at, listen to this show, and the more I'm on um, this show, I'm finding out we just don't. We just don't. I'm thinking about it. It's interesting. Hmm. Trying to find something for y'all. Because Paul, every Martin Luther King Day, you know, his most famous quote, I have a dream. Uh, you know, that speech matters. It matters. It matters. And I'm never going to minimize it. But that is not where my mind goes when I think about my, where my mind goes when I think about my favorite. One of my favorites is the two most dangerous things in the world. Martin Luther King says this is sincere ignorance and conscientious stupidity. Then, but that's not my, that's one of mine. But I wasn't talking about I have a dream. I like that speech. But when I go back, this quote, he said, the function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Paul Miranda, I know you think I'm talking to you, but man, I'm talking to the young people 20 years from now who are going to be able to listen to this video. Y'all take this personal like somebody talking to y'all. I'm not talking to y'all. I'm taking your words and teaching a lesson to the young kids that can watch this in the future. Because I keep telling y'all, I don't want to be a generational thief. It's real. Martin Luther King said, listen, this one is called, it's my famous quote. See, they don't want you to know him as a thinker. They want you to know him as a dreamer. Intelligence plus character. That's what Luther King said is the goal of true education. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, he wrote that in 1947. He was 20-something years old. He wasn't a symbol yet. He wasn't a holiday yet, Paul. He was just thinking, and writing his ideas out. So when we talk about these situations, let's think before we say the reason a kid got better and the reason the guy was the #1 pick because he left his high school and went to Montverde. It's some thinking have to be, critically thinking have to be, not just your opinion. And in this paper, Martin Luther King, the paper is called The Purpose of Education. Because y'all, every time we talk, we should be trying to educate each other instead of just putting stuff out. Y'all, I just can't listen. We just can't keep doing that. We got guys, we got young men that's leaving the NFL honors where he was one of the runner-ups and getting an award, and his mom talking great about him, getting on a plane and coming all the way to Miami and stalking a little beautiful young black girl. And she wouldn't have nothing to do with him no more. So he tried to get in her car. She pulled off. He rammed her car several times because he's not critically thinking. Yes, he got some money. He's a football player. But we so kiss their ass so much where they don't have to critically think, because we can say, well, you go to Montverde and that'll get you to the #1 pick in the draft. No, son, it's a process to this. It's a process to this, son. And our #1 thing is never put your damn hand on a woman. But they got to be taught that early. My grandson get the flaring up at his mom. Player, hold on. Don't you ever raise your voice at your mom. This is 2 and 3 years old. I'm teaching him right now. Playing around hitting his mom. Don't you ever hit your mom. And no other girl. Putting it in him right now. We got to critically think, y'all. And what Martin Luther King said in 1947 is relevant to us right now. We got 90 million people that just didn't vote. And was able to. The times we going through, look around. Y'all, we're surrounded by people, educated people now, who just can't think critically. People with degrees, people with credentials. Candace Owens is smart. And somehow, no curiosity. They have no curiosity and no self-interrogation. No sense of responsibility for the harm that they enable. We can't let them keep telling these lies to our players and our kids. No, son, you work your ass off. You can go from Boogaloo High School if you want to. Daquan Tomlin did not play in high school. I'm gonna tell you that story in a minute. Naquan Tomlin didn't play. Cleveland just signed him to a deal over some of these guys that Paul Miranda talking about. Well, you have to go out of town and get better. You got to go out of town. No, he ain't play in high school. MLK was always warning us. This Black History Month, always warning us about that. He wasn't impressed by intelligence, Paul, on his own. Because intelligence without character doesn't help and liberate and free nobody, man. It just make the system more efficient at exploiting our young athletes, more efficient and it justifying things that should bother us. Repeating and regurgitating things that these other people saying. You got to be the McDonald All-American and you ain't gonna be great. You got to be Kingston Fleming said, okay, all you McDonald All-American ass dudes, I'm gonna tag y'all ass off. Come on with it. It's not the end of the world. Talking about putting on your bio, you a McDonald All-American nominee. No, you ain't. And ladies and gentlemen, let me help y'all. When he talking about education, he's not talking about test scores. So let's get that out the way. He is talking about whether education teaches you to ask who benefits. I just told Paul Miranda, who benefited from that? Mount Vernon. Cade was going to be an NBA player if he didn't go to Mount Vernon. So Mount Vernon benefited from it. Who benefits? Who pays the cost? Who isn't in the room? Have anybody, do Dallas have a player right now that Mount Vernon is running after right now? No. You know what, Paul Miranda? I'm glad you mentioned that because why does all of this just feel normal? Guys like me gonna ask the question, why does it feel normal? And that's what I call, that's critical thinking, Paul. And that's the kind of thinking that's it's inconvenient because y'all get mad at me. Yeah, it's inconvenient, but you know I don't care. I thought about y'all yesterday when I was on the plane. I said, who gonna come tomorrow with a little bit more vim, vigor, and vitality because the show went on yesterday. And Paul, you bring it. I just wish somebody else would bring it to you. They just, everybody else just sitting back, said, this is the Paul and Hatter show. Ain't nobody said nothing because they scared to touch it. No. And I think about it. Paul, no. Yes, you are. You're going to critically think. Because you are, all I'm doing is driving you to critically think. See, I'm so critically thinking, it made me understand why these people always highlight that quote, I have a dream. Barry? See, I think people preferred Martin Luther King when he was just framed as a dreamer. Oh, he's just dreaming. Because dreamers don't really require any accountability. Man, I was asleep. I ain't accountable for what I said. I was asleep. I was dreaming. Dreamers don't change things today and tomorrow. But thinkers are dangerous, Paul Miranda. Because once you actually think critically, you just can't unsee what is happening. The reason I'm talking to y'all like, I've seen it. I can't unsee it. I can't unsee when they ripping these parents off. I can't unsee when I'm telling y'all some of these events ain't necessary. I can't unsee it, Barry. I just can't unknow who is being harmed. These parents love their kids. All they want is somebody to tell them the real. And some of them, they want you to tell them. Then some of them, hold on. Some of them want you, my son is this, my son is this, my son is this. But I tell them, I'm not going to kiss you and your son's ass. I didn't been around the best athletes on the planet. I don't need your son to validate me. So if you come to me, I'm not going to let you, hey, listen, as of April the 9th, last year, I'm not letting nobody waste my time no more. April the 9th, I never forget that day. I got liberated. I'm not finna sit up here and let you call me every day and ask me this, and then you still doing some old stupid ass stuff. And then when I ask you about it, then, well, we know what we talk. Okay, okay, all right. You never have this resource again. We can't pretend neutrality is harmless. I'm just gonna be neutral on this one. Robert, why are you talking about them event operators? Why are you talking about these summer basketball? I can't pretend that neutrality is harmless. I can't just constantly let these people who doing these people wrong in summer basketball and not say nothing about it. Robert, you talked about the J.L. John. You could saying if you're wrong, you're wrong. Now you know I can't pretend to be neutral. That's neutrality is not harmless. If I'm neutral and don't say nothing, then I'm complicit. Barry, Martin Luther King Jr. He knew that this quote the one I'm talking about, not the dream, tells you he wasn't trying to raise polite achievers. He was trying to raise people who couldn't easily be manipulated, Paul. Paul, you know these people can be manipulated in this basketball community. You know it. People want to fight you at a thing because you telling what? The truth. Your truth. People want to fight you and come up and call you out your name. So you should really be understanding what I'm saying. See, people, we got to have people who understood that intelligence without ethics is empty. Ladies and gentlemen, that's why he's scared. Martin Luther King had these people scared before the marches. They had him surveilled. They had surveillance on him. They tried to discredit him. Oh, don't listen to that Chop Shop. They don't know what the hell they talking about. But they watching it. But they don't want you watching it. Because he wasn't, Martin Luther King. He said, he said, how to repeat that again. That's why Martin Luther King, y'all, he was scaring them people long before the marches. That's why they had him under surveillance. Y'all know they got the whole CONTELPRO. They got all that surveillance on him. They was watching him, lying, talking about he messing with women and all that kind of stuff. Go back and telling his wife and all that kind of stuff. They tried to discredit him. Oh, he ain't no good preacher. He messing with her. He messing with her. She was in the room the night before. All that kind of stuff. Because he wasn't just asking for kindness. He was asking their ass for honesty. So when I started Martin Luther King Day out the other day, on his birthday, I wasn't starting out with I Have a Dream. I didn't, Paul. You wasn't here. I started off with this right here. Are we being educated to think? One of my partners, one of the smartest guys I know, he watched this show every day. He be talking about, I know that I know my stuff. He said, but every day I listen to you and you make me think. See, if we're not educated to think, we'll just be trained to function inside a system. We were taught to never question. Paul, the reason I question y'all, I wasn't questioning the system. The reason I said that, I wasn't questioning you, I'm questioning the system. The system saying Kate Cunningham got to go to Mount Verd to be who he was? Hell no. Because Martin Luther King told us a long time ago, that education doesn't build character alongside intelligence. If it don't build character alongside intelligence, it doesn't free anyone. It just creates smarter ways to do harm. We got Mike Boynton, one of the greatest coaches in college basketball. He's up there orchestrating the defense of Michigan, one of the top teams in basketball. But we had him as a head coach in Oklahoma, and we didn't send enough of our good players to him to have a job. Now he got to go work for Dusty May and get Dusty May a raise. Because of us. Because we what? Didn't critically think. Mike Boynton. Michigan beating people by 40. And Paul Miranda come talking about, Michigan need to, Michigan need to schedule some better teams because they beating these teams that's supposed to be good by 40 of Paul Miranda. And Mike Boynton is a brother, is the architect behind the defense they playing. When you're beating somebody by 40, that means you're stopping the other team. Not only that mean you scoring, that means you stopping the other team. Let me repeat that in case the people in the back, Lakeisha just got in, because Grambling gonna be here this weekend, get their head tore off. So I want her front and center. But are y'all hearing me? Mike Boynton was at Oklahoma State, where Kate Cunningham, Paul, you see, I got right back to you, played for him, and they tried to put him on probation so Kate Cunningham can leave the college where the brother is and go somewhere else. And Kate Cunningham said, I don't care if we ain't playing in the tournament. I'm staying here with Mike. I got 1 year to play in this, and it's going to benefit him. Thank you, Zenon Simmons. Are y'all following me? Paul, you can't, Paul. Where was I at? Paul, because I was somewhere, man. Paul, you took me off on a whole tangent. Y'all, if y'all were to go and look at my, I got little notes of what I want to talk about. If y'all would go look at my notes, that was not in the notes. Paul, I didn't know Paul was going to bring that up. Paul, I didn't know. That's what I love about this show. Y'all bring this stuff out of me, man. Y'all better bring it out of me because it's going, if something happened to me, it's just going to die with me. So y'all better bring this stuff out of me. Don't think when you put something up there, I'm mad at you. No, I'm finna ask you a question about it. I'm gonna make you critically think. Y'all know why I do that? Because people do me like that all the time. In my life away from here, when I'm calling a basketball game, think about it. When I'm calling a basketball game, I got to, listen, I don't have much time to play. The play-by-play guy is, Barry got the ball. He passed to Paul Miranda. Paul Miranda passed to Lakeisha. Lakeisha passed it to Barry. He spoon feed the ball to somebody else. He goes to Kevin Friedman. He get the ball over. And then I got a few seconds to explain why that just happened. A few seconds. Because I can't talk too long because the play about to start back over. Because basketball is such a perpetual sport. So I have to critically think quickly. You follow me? And all I ask for y'all to do, my favorite thing, make it make sense to me. And I was telling Paul, that didn't make no sense. Talking about Beckham and all that didn't make no sense. We can't use outliers because we're dealing with our kids. Some kids ain't gonna be Beckham. Some kids ain't gonna be, most kids ain't gonna be them. So what do we tell them? Where was I? Shout out to the NCAA. They did something right. Y'all, Paul, you done messed up, man. Y'all need to share this show. Everybody should be watching this show. Shit. I can't wait to go back and watch this show myself. Watch this.
Alabama issued a statement in response, which read in part, the NCAA has granted eligibility to over 100 current men's basketball players with prior professional experience in the G League or overseas. Granting eligibility to some professionals and not to others is what creates the havoc we are currently in and why consistency from decision makers is so desperately needed. Now, I agree with the end of their statement. It's what I've said for years now. Some rules, any rules, and consistency are necessary because at this point, absent any guardrails, you have mayhem. Nate Oates, the Tides head coach, said the system was broken and that they were just following the law. But they played Bediako because they got a favorable ruling initially, which meant they could. And just because you can doesn't mean that you should. But given the high stakes of collegiate athletics and the sense that everybody else is doing it, morality and ethics are going to take some gumption. And I don't know how we are supposed to differentiate between G Leaguers and European pros who are in their early or mid-20s. Who the hell knows how old they are? The significance of this particular ruling is that a judge said no. The NCAA hasn't had many wins like this in court. Perhaps it will lead to other judges doing the same. I just assume Alabama's going to appeal until a judge says yes. And that has happened in countless other situations. It's all just a mess. The product on the floor, as we saw in tonight, Arizona, Kansas, college basketball is awesome this year. It's all the other stuff that's just not great. World as an Alabama circuit judge has denied.
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't talk too much about this, but I wanted to share that with you. I wanted to let him break that news to y'all because it's crazy to me. I don't understand it. I got mixed emotions about it. It's just that you know what? That's why I didn't say it. I let him say it. And but what about the Pistons and the Hornets fight the other night? Did anybody see it or talk about it? We don't have to talk about it that much, but I saw something in this game. Did anybody see it? Did anybody not see it? Let me see what I had to put on. I think I had something to put on the board. Let me see something. I'm watching something here, right? I'm gonna blow it up a little bit so y'all can see some of this stuff. I saw what is his name? Charles Lee, the coach, screaming at Stewart. Wish I had a pointer. That's the college coach all the way to your, let me see, can I put my hand? Oh, wait, hold up. Y'all can see my hand? He about right over here. That's him in the black. He screamed. Stewart and Bridges waiting to fight. Bridges didn't back down. Only thing I don't like about Bridges, he beat up his baby mama. So I don't like dudes that beat him on one night. So it's hard for, I kind of want him to get whooped. But I can't stand, I don't like the Isaiah Stewart dude either. So they could have knocked each other out. Then if you look around this boy's feet, could have hurt himself because he was getting iced up. And he got, if y'all look in the middle, he back the Stewart in the blue. Wish I could put a pointer there. But he could have tripped up and hurt himself. So you got ice packs on his knees. Charles Lee screaming. like Trey from Boys in the Hood. You got Jared Jack, the assistant coach. He over there. Let me see what Jared Jack was doing. I'm trying to find. He was like, oh, look. He had that oh on his look. Oh, shit on his face. Then it's a random shoe just right there. Can y'all see the shoe right down there? I'm gonna make it big. Y'all see that random shoe right there in the middle? Where did shoe come from? Where did shoe come from? You know, and then you got Duncan Robinson right at the bottom said, like, really? Well, what the hell's going on? At the bottom of the screen, that's Duncan, number 55. Um, and the Hornets chief communication ops guy, he up there got his hands crossed at the top of the screen. He just got his hands folded like this. He know what he got to deal with the next day. You know what? The reason I brought this up, Isaiah Stewart should get the biggest fine. That ain't have nothing to do with him. I like that, Mr. Creeks. Where you been, man? Man, I got my boy back, man. Man. But y'all, you know what, Ken Gamble? 90 NBA players fighting is kind of just stupid to me. Because 90% of them can't fight. These guys grew up sheltered, pampered, and protected. They can't fight. Oh, Lord, they done handed down the suspensions already. They didn't give him but 7 games. Y'all know he don't get paid for them games. So let me help you out now. Thank you, Lori. Throwing a punch, Lori, usually you get a 2-game suspension, if not more, right? Leaving the bench to join a fight, you get 3 games or more. Miles Bridges earned. Lori, let me go to the fines, Lori. God, thank you, Lori. Let me go to my fines. Ain't nobody sent me nothing yet. Usually they send me stuff, man. Where the fines? Hold up, y'all. Ain't nobody sent me no fine. Man, I get tired of these people. Sometimes they want to wear the hell out of me and send me the fine. Let me just go look it up myself. Hold on. NBA fine. Yeah. Here we go. Thank you, Laura. Okay, Miles Bridges make $280 a game. Durant makes $79,000 a game. Stewart, who left the bench, earns, count that up for me, Lori. Stewart makes $182 a game times 7. Lori, hook that up for me right quick and let us go. And let me know. Let me know. Hold on. Collins, yeah. Hold on, y'all. I ain't through. Hold on. Let me find about these fines, man. Because they didn't send it to me. I got to find it myself. Lori, this one came. Okay, hold up. The new NBA announced suspension stemming from, okay, here we go. Repeat offenders. Hold up. Let's see. Can I find it? Let me see. Okay, hold on. See, I'm back, baby. Been busy coaching, teaching team. We got off week. Okay, good. All right, let me put my I had to show my reader because I can't see all. Let's see. They call him Beef Stewart. He said he is getting a lot more than 5 minutes for fighting. As the NBA announced that he had a 7-day suspension. 7 days. Hold on. I see you, Jimmy. He got 7 days. So, Laura, add that up for me, Laura. Stewart was one of the 4 charged in the debacle. Jalen Durham was assessed 2 games, okay? Miles Bridges and Diabate got 4 games. Oh, my God. So So Lori, uh, Stewart, this man lose 1.27 million dollars. Jalen Duran, Miles Bridges, he made $280,000 a game, and that was 4 games for him. Lori, add his up too. Jimmy, I'm gonna bring in. So Diabate, he got 4 games too. Duran didn't have but 2 games, so that's he ain't out about 200,000. But that's a lot of money, man. Just to get away. They take it clean out your check. Them folks don't play. And Jimmy, it ain't prorated and all that. Jimmy, they get it before you get it. Let me get you on in here. Let me see. I think I hit the button. Let's see. One more time. Over there. Yeah. I guess it'll catch up. 1.2 for Bridges. 1.2 for Bridges. That was an expensive fight, Jimmy, the other night, man. I was just talking about the fight. It was an expensive fight. Whatever it wasn't worth 1.2 and $1.1 million. That fight wasn't worth that, Jimmy. No, sir. Wasn't worth it. What you got?
No, I mean, when they I don't know. Man, I grew up in some fights part of basketball. Man, they done corporate. They done got scared, I guess, because of the stands. But
yeah, the palace and the malice in the palace, Jimmy. The malice in the palace messed up everything.
But
they tell you, Jimmy, don't come off the bench.
Yeah, I mean, let them do. They fighting each other, man. It shouldn't be, Now, if you go in the stands, hit them with the hammer. But they spar each other. Let them get a swing. Know what it does? It's going to spike the ratings up if they fight each other.
Jimmy, if them two meet in the playoffs, number 1 seed and the number 8.
It's going to spike the ratings. That's what I'm saying. It's spiking the ratings because now you can't wait to see them play. I mean, it's just, man.
Jimmy, I ain't saying that ain't stage. Listen, I don't mind it. I don't care. I'm just thinking about the after. Then Paul George, 25 games. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I don't know why he put that video out that he's spinning around in the air and dunking that thing. As soon as they do, they said, look here, man. Hey, man, go get tested. You've been hurt and you come back doing Jimmy, he didn't do a 360. He turned around there 1.5 times and dunked that thing. and they didn't put him straight. They gave him a 25-day suspension. But no, I mean, we can move on. It ain't no big deal. It's just it's just unique though, Doc. It's unique. Jimmy, but I did want to share this story because a lot of people probably ain't gonna talk about it. That boy Naquan Tomlin, right? You remember him? Played for Memphis, played for Tang a little bit. Jimmy, this might be the NBA.
He didn't play no high school ball.
There you go. Didn't play a second. Why didn't he play in high school, Jimmy?
Well, he tried to do the prep school route and tried to,
That's high school.
I say he tried to do that route. That was part of the plan. Just didn't, and then after a while, he got, discipline stuff with same thing what happened with Tang. He got pretty much put off the team. So,
Then he went to Memphis and did good.
But guess what? He's the unicorn in this stuff.
I ain't gonna never say it'll never happen again because
no, I'm talking about for a guy that's not a 7-footer or not a
7-footer. Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen again. You won't see it happen. I'm telling you, it won't.
But they said they sent me some notes. Somebody said Robert, he chose an unconventional route to get noticed by scouts. Instead of playing AAU or high school varsity, he just played pickup ball at Rucker Park. In fact, the first time Tomlin had a first-hand experience playing organized basketball was in 2018 when he enrolled at the prep school that you talking about. In his first 3 years at college, he played for 2 different community colleges. Oh, he went to community college, right, Jim? Before getting a scholarship at Kansas State. After leading the Wildcats to the Elite Eight, that's right, he was on that damn team. He was removed from the team due to disorderly conduct, like you just said, and spent his senior season playing for Memphis. He eventually went undrafted in the 2024 draft, but was signed to the Cavs G League team in September. By February of last season, the Cavs signed Tomlin to a 10-day contract, which eventually got converted to a 2-way deal a month later. But today, he's a role player on the Cavs team, and he hasn't even started 3 games in his career. Well, but he pretty productive. But he done signed a new deal with them, man, and that I think is a good thing because he was a nice guy when I met him. I don't know what happened at the mother stops, but he was nice little cat. All I can go by how the guy treated me. You know what I'm saying? How he treated you, I don't know. I don't know the energy you gave him. But what else going on around here, man?
Well, I mean, speaking in NBA, man, you realize that if the playoffs started today, the Rockets would have a 3rd seed without Van Fleet right now.
Jimmy Van Fleet, who is Van Fleet?
Van Fleet is a big part of this team. If he can get in, back.
No, I never thought he was a big part. I never thought he was a big part of this team.
Yes, it is. Yes, indeed.
No,
yeah.
I didn't. Yeah. I never thought it was.
Yeah. Some of our best Houston Rocket teams, right, most successful, had point guards that the rest of the league had felt was second tier at the time. Go back and think.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The most successful Houston Rockets team.
Right? Kenny Smith was what? Kenny Smith
he was not considered the first tier before they got the championship.
Fred Van Fleet ain't. That's why I said. That's why you talk about.
So that means he goes right into that same slot.
But you said no, but Jimmy, you tricked me, cause you sounded like they doing this with it. Of course they gonna do it. He ain't that damn good to me. He ain't no top tier. I'm not missing no Fred Van Fleet. When he got hurt, I said, cause Fred Van Fleet really ain't no shooter. He's a shooting guard. He shoot more than he pass.
But he's one of the best 3-point percentage shooters on the team last year. He's one of the best.
We replaced him with one of the best in history.
So understand that. So Kenny Smith, before the Rockets won the title, Kenny Smith was, understand what happened. Kenny Smith was like, he was supposedly went to North Carolina. He was expected, in college that he had more glamour than Fred Van Fleet at Wichita State.
He was a lottery pick, coach.
Understand, he had more expectations. Yeah. He had more glamour. I'm talking about his productivity. We were kind of.
That's not a good analogy. Because Fred Van Fleet was a free agent, Jimmy.
What happened? When the Rockets got insurance behind Kenny Smith, which was Sam Cassell. Remember, Sam Cassell was a young puppy. Came in the league just what the Rockets needed.
He's a rookie.
And Sam Cassell gave that insurance back then.
But you don't lose the narrative. Coach, we're talking about Fred Van Fleet. You try to compare him to Kenny Smith. And Kenny Smith
Kenny Smith before the championship. Kenny Smith before the championship. Not Kenny.
But Fred Van Fleet, but we ain't got no championship yet.
Okay, Kenny Smith before the championship didn't have a championship either. That's what I'm saying.
Tell me what Fred Van Fleet. He was our best 3-point shooter.
If not the best, he was one of the two best.
But we replaced him with the easy money sniper. We upgraded in the 3-point area. We upgraded for him, and I put him in a shooting contest with Reed Sheppard. Reed Sheppard right now is my dude. Y'all can have Fred Van Fleet. I just don't think. I just don't think us missing. I don't miss. Maybe y'all miss him. I don't miss. I don't miss.
Fred Van Fleet is consistent when he was last healthy, and I understand, you know, and he was a good facilitator. He was solid. He was respectable. He was still wasn't the first. He was second tier respects, even coming from Toronto. Remember now, experience, been there, done that. Now I think he's vastly overpaid, and we realize it. But
no, Jimmy, they corrected that this year.
What they do?
He ain't making that 40 something. He making 20 something now. Yeah, he went from 40 something. You know, they got him when they had to have him in the beginning. But this next contract ain't that high. He's a team friendly right now. No, he ain't making that much money. I just don't. And honestly, it ain't my opinion. I'm finna give you some. I just gave you. See, honestly, unlike you, I gave you an opinion based on facts. You just running your damn mouth. I said, Jimmy came and said, Fred Van Fleet is a great shooter, a great three. We replaced him with Kevin Garnett, a better shooter. And so we don't miss him. And Reed Shepherd, a better shooter. Now, Fred Van Fleet, I like his leadership because what? He's won a championship before. But I don't miss him in this thing. I don't miss him. The only thing that I'm missing right now is toughness at some parts of the game. Some Alfie a little too soft sometimes. That's the only thing I'm missing. That's why they get on these little lulls. But I ain't miss no Fred Van Fleet. I'm glad you said that because I ain't miss him at all. I ain't miss him.
Now, of course, somebody asked the question: what do the NBA do with the bread, with that bread, y'all? Well, based on what I picked up, being on the committee a couple of years back, was that I think the Players Association gets some of that money, and the NBA gets some of that money, based on what I checked on before. I'm not sure. Al, you can speak. I think they both split. They both split some of that money, and that's what I was told a couple of years back. Because I asked that question was posed. We was in the sipping session a couple of years back up at Top 100 camp and asked about that bread. So
I never asked. I never asked that question because I don't care what happened to other people's money. See, that was Eric being nosy.
No, I'm saying about the money that goes into the kitty from those fines. Well, that's a good question. But like I said, based on
Jimmy, in your sipping session, the NBA fines are divided equally between the league and Eric. You could have got your ass on Google and Googled this yourself. The league and the NBA Players Association foundations, with the total often exceeding $2.5 million per season. These funds are directed to the various charitable organizations, including education, disaster relief, youth sports, rather than being kept by the NBA. So the NBA don't keep this money. It's the Players Association and their foundations. That's what happened. That's where it goes. Gotcha.
Okay.
Why y'all want to know where people's money go? But keep going, Jim.
Well, I mean, I like that. I like how they negotiate that. That's really cool. That way it don't go one kitty. I like that. That way now both sides benefit. Equally on that. Indirectly. What we got out there? We missed on regarding that. That's NBA talk. All-Star Weekend is up on All-Star Weekend.
Hold up, you echoing. Let me get y'all. Hold on. I got you. I'm gonna fix it. There you go. You should stop right now. All right. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Allen.
All right.
You're the one told me. All this time you've been talking, and ain't nobody honestly running his mouth and ain't said nothing about Jimmy echoing. But keep on. You should be all right now, Jimmy.
Nobody told us nothing. Yeah. Now, here's the thing. All-Star Weekend. With all of the injuries, did the NBA totally think this thing through when they went with the new format based on how many players, how many all-star caliber players have suffered injuries and probably not going to be able to play in this new format with the 2 American teams and the 1 world team.
What's your question? Because I don't even
Did
care
the
nothing about the
NBA?
All-Star game. So what's your
Well,
question?
this move was supposed to add some spice to the food. It was supposed to make it more, okay, because they got obviously they had to do something. They had to do something. How that it was bad. It was right there almost to the Pro Bowl of football what the NBA All-Star game had
But
become.
it's the
It was
players'
bad.
fault, Jimmy. It ain't the
So this was supposed to
NBA's
add some
fault.
spice.
It's the players' fault. It's the players. Who can make you like Anthony Edwards bring his ass to the NBA All-Star game? Tell my man, I ain't playing hard. I'm just on vacation. Who told him that he was on a vacation? So Adam Silver and the crew got to say, we got this stinking thinking in the NBA now. How do we salvage this product? Because if the players don't want to play, and I blame one player, LeBron James. Yes, I shouldn't blame one. I blame him. Because everybody was kissing and sucking up to him. And Kobe told him him and Kobe played in that game, and I got it somewhere. Him and Kobe played in that game, and Kobe got right up on him and got up in him. He passed the ball. He said, man, don't ever pass that ball in that situation, man. We out here trying to bust y'all's ass, and you passing the ball. LeBron James came with that, man, I ain't playing hard. No, Kobe Bryant won't. So we got, it's the players. And we get mad at Adam Silver for trying to put a damn a lipstick on a pig. It's a pig out here. So the man trying to dress the pig up, the man that invited 200 global digital content people from all over the world to come and convene in on. So the NBA, Jimmy, is around content right now. It's not about competition. 200, Jimmy, that's unheard of. 200, not the regular media, not the, the media you love, the mainstream media, digital content media from around the world.
But that makes sense. You're talking about around that's the whole catch. 200 from around the world.
In addition to the regular contingent.
I understand that, but the social media people that they're inviting, that's different. I'm saying those are people.
I'm telling you, Jimmy, you're not hearing me. I'm telling you, the NBA is worried about content. They ain't worried about competition. And you around here talking about, I don't know. They want content.
No, I'm saying that's the new now. They're acknowledging those people in those spaces. So those
they don't
spaces
care about. But you said they got it wrong.
No, I'm talking about getting it wrong. I'm talking about the new format, not thinking it through about the injuries. Now, how do you go? Now understand. So that means it was.
What can you do about an injury? What can you do about an injury?
What understand? The foreign guys, when they get injured, you got to, after a certain amount of them goes down, you got to start reaching. There's always enough.
It's 100 and something. It's 160 of them.
I'm talking about that's all-star caliber. That's all-star caliber. It's a cliff you're gonna jump off of after a certain number. But the Americans, it's not what I'm saying. It's a surplus of those. Once you get to a certain number, it's interchangeable.
What can he do? That's all I'm asking you. What can he do? You can't do nothing about no injuries.
That's my point. So that means when you were thinking about this, you say, "What if, man? What if Greek Freak can't play? What if Joker can't play? What if Luca can't? What if these dudes? What are we going? Is that how we come? That's the thing I'm saying. So now I'm looking. I'm like, well, speaking of All-Star game, that thought does does like Nick Wright, he threw something out there,
I can't stand that man.
which he, he always gonna go and throw a topic that's gonna test the chalk, and he mentions that his according to Nick Wright, it says that how about if you make it blacks versus whites, that'll get them to play harder, quote unquote. I'm paraphrasing what Nick said, and really and truly, I totally believe that. If they did that in NBA, if they did that, and what's going on today, it would be a fiery game of basketball. They would be going after each other like you wouldn't believe. I really honestly believe that. And because that's almost like what we see, the closest thing that we get to that competition is in the Olympics. Normally, the United States, USA, Team USA would have one, maybe two white guys, but it's basically the blacks going against the world, and many of the teams in the world that are the upper echelon of teams are predominantly white players. So that I think that would be fun.
I'm not even commenting on that stupid ass shit. I'm not even commenting. I'm gonna just let you talk about that one.
Yeah,
That's got to be the stupidest shit or somebody ever let somebody be on a show say. Shut up, man. Oh my God. I'm glad I didn't hear that. Somebody texted me that mess. I said, man, don't even text me no mess like that. Stupid. Blacks versus
no, but your disdain coming from you can't stand the person.
No.
I'm talking about
I ain't got Jimmy. Excuse me. Okay. Forget I don't like him. That's got to be the stupidest shit I've ever heard. If hold up, who my favorite? Who I don't really like nobody. If Ryan Clark had said it, I said it was stupid. And I like him better. No. Louis Riddick, I like him more than anybody on TV. If he had said it, I think it's the stupid stuff in the world. I just think different, man. I'm sorry. I just think different. Y'all can think the way y'all want to do. I don't even. The dude said he'll watch white versus black. Come on, man. We got enough of that already. All you got to do is walk out your door and go anywhere. You're going to have enough of that already. If you ain't seen enough of that, go. I'm going to send, every time I send y'all, I'm going to post every time I see some of that on social media. We got a lot of that already. So for him talking about the black versus white, I can't wait to talk to a player when I get off this phone, when I get off this show. I can't wait to talk to a player who said that, and see what they said about it. I can't wait. But keep on going, Jim.
Yeah,
I'm trying to read up on this thing. I know Karl Anthony Towns has been moved to the world team, they say.
You see what I'm saying? And I ain't looked that part up. That's what I'm saying. You have to think.
But he's from the Dominican.
I know, but at the they're ad-libbing this thing now because you're gonna run out of players. You're running out of, so that means now they gotta, Karl Anthony Towns should have been on the world team from the get-go. Then if that's the case.
I mean, he should have.
He should have been
on
from
got
the
dual
get-go.
citizenships.
I know, but he should have been on that side of the fence anyway.
So what should Embiid be?
What do you mean?
On the other side of the fence?
On the other side of the fence? With the foreign players.
He got U.S. citizenship.
I understand it. Several of those guys are going to have dual citizenships, but I'm talking about you want to make this thing competitive. You want the best of those guys that claim the other side that have played for other countries before, that we know they came over. Let them the best of them.
Hey, dude, they brought in Alfred Sengun.
Yeah.
That ain't bad.
He's a replacement. He just got in. He just now got announced.
Okay, the world. Giannis ain't going to play.
No, he's not the only one that's not going to play.
Luka, it is white. No, Jamal Murray, Pascal Siakam. Boy, they got Victor though.
They only can have 8. They only can have 8.
They got Victor. I'm counting the 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. No, it's 9. So they must take it. One of these guys got to go off. Because hold up, they got on this team right here. They gave me. They said it's 2, 4, 6. They got Giannis, he ain't gonna play. Denny Avia, he a killer. He's a killer.
So Giannis must be put a Giannis to the side.
Luka hurt too. Luka hurt. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander hurt. No, Joker, he just got back.
Well, Sengun took SGA's place.
Okay.
On there.
All right, hold up. We got Siakam, we got Karl-Anthony Towns, and Victor Wembanyama. That's all you got to tell me is Victor on there. I want to. So it ain't no white against the black. That's why I don't like this shit. That's why I don't like he said that. But hold up, I like this team here. We got the stars and the stripes.
He wasn't talking about this year. He was talking about if you really want to see him play hard. That's a whole different topic, a whole different thing. What I'm saying. So they still don't have 8 players. If that's the case.
Well, guess what? He gonna add some. He gonna add somebody. Hey, the All-Star games, he gonna add somebody. They still got games tonight. And I think, wait a minute, what's the last game? The last game for what's the date? Yeah, they got games tonight. They got games Thursday too, I think. So they can add somebody. So Victor go play. So we got Towns, Victor, Sengun, Siakam, Murray, Joker, Denny Avia. How many is that?
7.
So they ain't got to give a 1. That man says, sure. Yeah. Listen. That man said,
Embiid not playing?
Man, Jimmy. Who wants Embiid? Jimmy, you the only one like Embiid. You the only person in the world like Embiid.
Man, Embiid had a monster game last week, boy. He, when he wants to.
Last week?
Yeah.
Last week.
You got to get in where he fit in, man. You got come on, man. You got Kelly Oubre out there shooting all the balls, man. Come on,
man. Kelly, don't be blaming him. You ain't finna blame that on Kelly. You ain't finna blame him. But you know what, y'all? I saw something the other day though, and I'm trying to find it, and it gave me some. Man, this is kind of cool. I kind of like this. Hold on, let me see. Where my boy at? Where he at? Where Wemby at? They was talking about old Wemby. Yo, the Lakers played against Wemby, Jimmy, last night, right? Did you hear what happened last night? You hear what happened last night? Watch it. The Lakers played the Spurs last night. Lakers played the Spurs. LeBron didn't play. Luka didn't play, and I don't think the other boy played. AK-40, whatever y'all call him. The boy, what's his name? Reeves. He didn't play. But Wemby had 40 last night, right? But he was on pace to do something pretty incredible, Jimmy. He had 37 points at the half last night. He didn't finish with 40 though. The 37 was the highest scoring first half in NBA history. The highest scoring first half by a Spurs player for the last 25 years. It was 1 in the first half, right? He scored 17 straight points, Wemby. He also had moments like this during the season, but Jimmy is still curiosity to other people. I'm gonna tell people out here right now, because I've seen it in person. If you ever have a chance to go see Wemby, it's pretty amazing to watch. You'll be blown away by how big he is, the way he moves. I've never seen anything like this before, and I've been around this league a long time. It's not just his style, his size, it's his skill. Y'all, he played only 8 minutes in the second half. The Spurs were killing the Lakers, but if he can stay healthy, he gonna be special. Jimmy, he had 40 points last night in 26 minutes. Y'all, I got some trivia for you, Jimmy. Jimmy, I'm gonna see can you get this. You might get this, Jimmy. The fewest minutes by any NBA player in a 40-point game since the great Sleepy Floyd. Sleepy Floyd had 40 points in 24 minutes, right? In February of '91, right? I think he played for the Wizards. He wasn't playing for the Rockets. He was playing for the Warriors. But Jimmy, what Carolina hometown Sleepy Floyd is from. That is Moody gonna get it. Jimmy gonna get it. What North Carolina hometown is where he from? I'm going somewhere with it.
Eric Sleepy Floyd.
Yeah. Don't Google it. I like how you ain't Googling it. And don't y'all be out there Googling it.
I didn't cheat on that.
No,
I mean,
I know
we had
you
him for
ain't.
the Rockets. We had him with the Rockets for a little while.
Yeah.
In Golden State, he played.
That's how I met him. Yeah. I'm gonna give it to you, Jimmy. The Gas House, Gastonia. I knew Thaddeus Moody knew it. I knew he knew it. I knew it. But Jimmy, though, hold up, though. I got something else. You might get this one, Jimmy. And it's the same hometown of another NBA player who's in the top 75 of all time. Maybe the most underrated. I'm gonna give you maybe the most. Don't you do it, Thaddeus Moody. Maybe the most underrated top 75 player of all time, Jimmy. He won a championship in college. He played with a legendary player in college. He played with two legendary players in the NBA. Who is this player? And he played for the Lakers. I'm going to give it to you. Played for the Lakers. James
Worthy.
Yeah. They came from the same spot, the Gas House, the Gastonia. Yeah. I thought that was kind of cool, man, when I saw the Sleepy hit the 40 points and then Wemby. And I said, God, let me see. Let me see. Now they putting it up there. Now Jimmy, they putting it up on the screen now. You know, they didn't win Google. See, Jimmy would sit there and did not Google, but y'all had to Google. Thaddeus Moody knew it. I knew Thaddeus Moody knew it. But that's it.
Yeah. So in what we got college basketball. You mentioned Tang a while ago. Kansas State will be in town playing University of Houston this Saturday over at the Fertitta Center. They're coming in, and then of course Arizona will be in the following week. And so University of Houston, that's PJ Haggerty, former local star, gets to come home.
That's right.
Possibly for the last time, possibly, in his college career. So that'll be fun. And Coach Tang, boy, he showed my boy Tang and lost the head full of hair, boy. His head went from black to gray.
Go back.
Honestly,
I said the highest scoring 40 in the NBA this season. If you listen and quit running your damn mouth, you would have heard. I said this season. But keep going, Jim. Jimmy, Jimmy, what's going on? What happened? Tang went from Sweet 16. Jimmy, they trying to run. Jimmy, they trying to run that man out of Jimmy. It's different out there, man, now. What's going on? I know you probably don't want to talk about it since you're dude.
He's beating Kansas every year, besides this year, So normally he had a streak. He was whooping Kansas, and that'll be kind of like Prairie View and TSU. People at Prairie View down there was on Byron Smith, real tough, or just making noise, not necessarily on him, but vocally voicing their displeasure. But then Prairie View, all they got to do in some seasons, just beat TSU. And that's what PV did, men's basketball we're talking about. That's what they did a week ago.
What happened, Jimmy? What happened to this team? Jimmy, this happened to a lot of teams in around. Man, sometimes the portal give it and the portal take it away. The portal give it and it takes it away. I don't like to see it. Is it just that he's losing? But I'm thinking his comments, Jimmy. Some of his comments. I don't understand some of his comments. It's best for him to just be quiet.
You got to sustain. Bottom line, you got to win. And so I'm thinking it's possible that he might can salvage and get one more year out of it. Otherwise, one more year tops. And if no success, then they will have to probably part ways with Coach Tang after next year. That depending on how his plane lands this year with the season would probably dictate if they give it one more go. They put a lot of stock into PJ Haggerty.
No, they did not, did they?
money wise, the stock mean this,
Oh, okay,
and so
but money don't
they
always,
stock.
Jimmy. It's a lot of dudes that money that ain't the issue. Still got to
Well,
get
that's
the
the
money.
whole thing. Okay, 2 years in a row. Before last season, it was the big fella. They gave $2 million or two.
Yeah, he
That was
started
they
crying.
didn't get a good return on investment, and
Yeah,
the fans got on his ass, and he started weeping.
crying. Yeah,
Like and that comes with the territory. And so it's one of those things where at some point people don't get. You want to get a solid return or somewhat make it feel like you have the glass is half full with some of your uh, uh, with some of your personnel in these teams. Understand? I mean, I was looking somewhere on social media. I don't remember who I saw it the other day, and they mentioned it was how did the term student athlete, how was it derived? And and it and it gave the story on how the term student athlete was derived. And in a nutshell, they did it purposely. It was from one of the guys who was from back then, and they said they did it purposely because they knew that it would keep protect the NCAA, calling them student athletes in regarding to their nonprofit status, the work and all of this, and calling them employees. You don't have to call them it. So and it made you wake up. These are college athletes, and we've been institutionalized into thinking and using the coin and the phrase, kind of like how people do with grassroots basketball. They'll call it all AAU, and these are college athletes. So maybe if you can just we can start visualizing stuff and stop feeding the beast of irregularity.
reality. Yeah.
Yeah, we stop
But
feeding that.
Jimmy? What you mean? So you saying we shouldn't call them student athletes? What are you saying?
College athletes, college athletes, college
But they're
athletes.
going to college. They're students.
The students protect you from being an employee.
Jimmy,
That was the
Jimmy.
thing.
So wait a minute. Do you call what you call the other students on the campus? I've called them students all my life. So you saying
But
that's part of the system?
but they're not getting. That's what I'm saying. They're not getting paid. The other ones are doing the paying. Heather. The other ones are doing the paying.
So
Those
if you're
athletes,
getting
they're
paid, you're
getting
not a
paid.
student anymore.
That's two. Remember, one is the same, but two are not the same. Think about it. The student, the students are not student athletes on the educational side. The ones that are not playing sports,
Maybe
they're
I missed
college
something.
students.
Give me the tweet again. Give me the tweet again. So because I missed something.
It's
What it said? What?
it's let me see if I don't know if I even saved it or not.
Cause
Let's see.
I don't understand. I'm serious. I don't understand.
Let's take a look at this thing and look
You're
back
a
and see if
student athlete. Student athlete.
I'm
So
not
you
sure if
can't call y'all. Yeah, I've been hearing some little mess like this, but ain't nobody explaining it to you. And you know I'm gonna ask the question. What are they talking about?
I'm looking. I'm
So
going back.
just give me what your take is again, one more time. Just give me your
I don't
take.
think I don't think I saved it.
No, don't worry
And
about it. Give me your take. How you paraphrase it? Give me your take on it one more time. Because I missed something. You said what? What was key?
a person that was
Tweet.
commenting
Uh-huh.
and interviewing or conversating with a person that was involved with the college with a decision on how they coined the phrase student athletes back in
Okay.
the days. And
Okay.
this person was part of the decision to call them student athletes. So this person is coming out and confessing in the conversation, saying that they purposely used the term student athletes during those days because it would prevent them from having to be able to call them employees, because they knew they saw it ahead of time, not seeing that this all the mess we're in right now, but in regards to the nonprofit status of the NCAA and the antitrust laws, they purposely call them student athletes. And so now you fast forward to so many decades, a few decades later, and now we're in this jumble, and now it's coming. That is one of the things that has protected the NCAA. That phrase in
So they
regard.
said the term student athlete was coined in the 1950s by NCAA Executive Director Walter Byers to
He the one that was doing the
deliberately,
talking, baby.
huh?
Deliberate,
Yeah,
deliberately. Keep going, keep going.
to deliberately frame college athletes as students first and professionals second. This legal and marketing strategy sought to classify athletes as amateurs,
Wow,
specifically to deny them workers' compensation claim and
wow,
avoid treating them as employees entitled to benefits. Key details regarding the original of this thing. They had a legal defense to get it. They had a case against it. So that guy ain't too far fetched. So they knew that they was making all, Jimmy, it wasn't about this. They knew they was making all of this
wow,
money off of these kids.
wow.
We trying to figure out a way so we don't have to pay them nothing but room and board. And now it done blew up in their face. That's why I said I wanted to hear it clearer, because I didn't understand what you were saying. Jimmy, come on, man. That's how they do. That's how they do.
Dude, understand. This was 6 decades ago.
Yes.
And understand, they wasn't thinking about, understand, let's not even mix this up. The NCAA were not thinking about what's going on now with NIL. No, they were just thinking just 1/2. We ain't gonna have to classify these people as no employees. We ain't got to pay them no workers' comp. We ain't gonna. That was just the base. They were trying to avoid that intentionally
So they can
back
keep
in
all the
those days.
money.
And so and the status. Because if they were employees, Heather, then what? If they were employees, then you don't have no 501c3.
Jimmy, tomorrow.
So think about what they did in those moves.
Tomorrow, get here on the show early. I got something for y'all. I'm glad you brought that up, Jimmy. I got something for y'all. I ain't got time to do it. Oh, shit, Jimmy, it's overtime. I ain't got time to do it today. But boy, I got something. That is when we get here early and remind me, Hatter. No. I want you, and here's the key words. Who am I? When y'all tell me who am I tomorrow, I'm gonna know what y'all talking about. But keep going, Jimmy. Jimmy. Yeah. I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good one.
So now, no, I'm saying, did you find out who made the statement? You mentioned when you just read that who the president was at the time.
Oh,
He was the head of
the NCAA, the executive director, Walter Byers.
So he's the one that's doing the talk. Somebody brought this.
No, this ain't the same tweet you talking about. This ain't the same tweet. I ain't got no tweet. I got the information. I put in my thing. What was the origin of student athlete? And this the first thing that popped up.
That's what I'm saying. So see, I'm saying that means that info was hidden out amongst us. Somebody recently woke up the conversation and brought that up. That's what I'm saying. Whoever it was that brought it up, they saying that this person was involved in the process back then. It's like he's coming to confess. We know we did. We know. That's what I'm trying to find out. If you can find, because I think it might have been a brother. I'm thinking that I saw, it looked like it might have been a brother that might have been involved in this conversation or this decision making. That's a very intriguing topic.
Oh, hey, it is what it is. Shit. If you started a business and Jimmy, you got to be, it was 1950s, Jimmy, it's Jim Crow. It was everything back then. They so used to having free labor because we've been giving it to them for 250 years, right? So Jimmy, of course they're going to come up with some that same model. We can have free labor again in this. Hold up, no. if hold up, the 13th Amendment, if you get arrested, you ain't slave no more, but if your ass get arrested and go to prison, we can treat you like a slave. Jimmy, these people, they're going to always create systems for them to win monetarily. And for 60 years, they've been winning. And now a few players have benefited from it, and they up in arms about it. So, but guess, that was great. It was hid. It wasn't hidden in plain sight. It was just like, it was hidden. Everybody knew it. The words were student athlete. But we didn't know the intent. We didn't critically think about it. But guess what? We can't go back to the 1950s. We can't go back. So guess what? We just got to make sure we won't go back there.
So the key word, Haller, is student. That's the key word. That key word in there is student. And student is in there. You can't deny, yes, there are students, but I was talking to a parent this morning, and he was like, his son is a freshman, and they put his son in 2 in-person classes. The rest of his courses this whole year has been online courses. So a lot of those athletes, they're not even coming into class. At certain universities, you don't even get to see them guys.
No, they take them online.
They're online.
Yeah.
And so it's like you don't even know it. These guys and you know, this is a really something to just dig in on and educate ourselves on about this, because I don't feel no sympathy when it comes to the NCAA and all of they've been through. And if they crumble, if they fall, the power, and understand right now you have corporate fighting against corporate on that. That's why at every turn you see the NCAA, when they make a statement, they always add, and they not always, but fluently, they've begun pleading and begging for Congress to come and step in. Congress, come step in. They throwing hints, Congress. And
Jimmy, because they can't govern themselves. Jimmy, the reason they asking Congress to come in, because we got all of these athletic directors and presidents of these universities. That's why the NFL and the NBA have Adam Silver, because Adam Silver talking for all the owners. That's why they have what's the guy named Roger Goodell, because he talks. Jimmy, we don't have a czar. We don't have a person that talks for all the universities. So guess what? They saying, because he gonna want an advantage. We need Congress. We can't police ourselves, so we need Congress. That's what the NBA. That's what the NBA. We can't produce. Jimmy, we got to have this collective bargaining agreement, and we got to have this salary cap, because he gonna try to pay more than me, or Paul Morano gonna try to pay more than Jimmy. Darryl Bonds gonna try. So Jimmy, they don't. Hey, NCAA has got Jimmy. That's why you always got to have a president and a CEO in a company. If you ever study business, why the CEO? Because somebody got to be able to make the last decision. If you got a company and you and him making the same decision, you got to wait on him, and you got to wait on the committee. The NCAA has too many committees, Jimmy. Well, I'm going to send it to this committee. We're going to go to send it to this. Nothing ever get done. So that's why they saying we can't get it done. We don't know what the hell we doing. We need somebody else to get it. They got to appoint a czar of college basketball. Mike Krzyzewski done said it a long time ago. We got to appoint somebody. Somebody got to be the head. That NCAA, that executive, he is a part of a committee. We need somebody over his ass to tell him what to do. So that's the problem. I mean, it's good, but I got to get out of here, man. You know,
they got a bunch
y'all
of
15 minutes.
Yeah, so let's get on about it here. And,
we can talk about that again, Jimmy. I'll have some more information tomorrow on that.
Yeah, and that, of course, that and a couple other topics I want to throw up in there as well.
Okay.
And I give you a teaser. Thanks to Bobby Benjamin and his and him and Carlos Hurt and their podcast, and they posed a question about the quote unquote pro-ams in Houston, and it appears that one has been going on, of course, at the Fundy. That's the no excuses. And then there's another one that's rivals it and putting games at the same time. And now, what should we do? That's the question they're posing. All of a sudden, now, what should we do? How do we solve it? Can the two guys get along, get to the table, and sit down and hash it out? And boy, that stuff sure sound familiar to me.
Let's talk about it tomorrow. Let's talk about it tomorrow.
Can't wait.
Let's talk about that tomorrow. I know I'm gonna forget.
You
Y'all
guys-
got to remind me because I'm finna go into a meeting in a little bit. I'm gonna forget everything after this meeting.
Yeah, man.
So
So that's of course. Y'all get on. Make sure to check them out.
Jimmy, just how was the sub? See, I hadn't watched it. I haven't watched it yet. So
it was just a conversation and a question that was posed. Basically,
that's a good one. That's a good one. We'll talk about it.
What are we doing? What are we doing, Houston?
Who is we?
Basically, the thing.
Who is we?
We,
the general public.
What are we doing? WWD, Houston WWD. What are we doing? That's what that's. I'm learning.
All right. Okay.
WWD. So WWD. What are we doing? We have one, and we have another one, and one is scheduling games, and that way now players having to choose.
Yeah.
The pro-am guys are having to choose one over the other, but one of them is giving away a few $1,000s to the winner of that one, and that keeps it intriguing for some
Jimmy,
of the guys.
I got a little insight. I'm glad you brought that up because I got a little insight. But we'll talk about it tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. Call everybody. We talking about that tomorrow.
So I'm tomorrow what? Baby Friday.
Yeah. Baby Friday ain't gonna be no baby. Baby Friday ain't gonna be no baby tomorrow. Baby Friday gonna grow up.
I'm on the Chop Shop at 11:59 p.m. tomorrow.
Jimmy, we starting the show out with it. We ain't gonna
11:59 p.m. And of course, you guys check out Bobby Benjamin and Carlos Hurt and those guys, former McDonald All-Americans. The Opinions Podcast is the name of it.
Okay.
It's on Instagram, and which they have different snippets they put out. So it's a good topic, and it's a Houston thing, and we're gonna address that among other things.
All right. So I'm good. That's gonna be good.
We'll see. And make sure you guys, it's time to slide down Dino's back. Yabba dabba do this thing on this Women Rock Wednesday. And make sure you share the show on your way out the door. Peace. We up out here. Chop shop.